Archie.
And I'm Muskan, and today we are going to watch Family Guy versus every religion. So previously we have seen like compilation of Family Guy, and here Archie is totally new for this show. Archie, do you know anything about Family Guy?
I absolutely know nothing about this, and this is my first time actually.
This is going to be very interesting, and try to understand kind of, it's going to be dark, I feel, because she's watching it for the first time. So let's get into the video.
Family Guy believes God created the world.
Whoa!
Religion is one thing the show has never shied away from. If there's a joke to be made, Family Guy's probably made it, or is currently writing it. Some of their jokes have gone so far they sparked real outrage, complaints to the FCC, bans in certain countries, and even full episodes pulled off the air. So today, we're looking at Family Guy versus every religion, starting with Family Guy versus Hinduism. In the episode 3 Acts of God, Peter and the guys go on a wild road trip to find God himself. They go through country after country, and when they finally land in India, well, it's not exactly the spiritual awakening they were hoping for.
India, the most spiritual country in the world.
Yes.
This is our image. Oh my god.
God is not here? For a country known for having 33 categories of deities, that line was a real jab. Still, even that one felt kind of tame for Family Guy. Because later, the show takes a more creative approach, suggesting that Vishnu's work goes unnoticed because Jesus kind of takes credit for it.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Oh, actually, it wasn't me. It was...
No, it's okay. I'm used to it.
But Vishnu seems totally chill with it. He's just there, vibing, while Jesus teases him like an old friend.
Wow.
Oh shit, look at that one! They must have spent like $5,000 on all those decorations. Hey Vishnu. What? Where are all the decorations for your birthday? Ha ha, very funny.
Very funny indeed, because Vishnu doesn't have a birthday, but why let facts stand in the way of a good joke?
Every
Vishnu
house in America
does
has
have
decorations
birthday.
up for my
Yeah.
birthday, but nothing for yours. Maybe they have some in India. Nope, nothing there. Just some guy wiping his ass with his hand.
Vishnu wasn't the only one portrayed from
We
Hinduism.
don't do that.
Family Guy made sure Lord Shiva wasn't left out. In the episode Flip the Switch, due to an interruption in one of Stewie's experiments, Peter, Chris, Brian, and Stewie all switch bodies. So Stewie, now in Peter's body, tries to fix the issue by getting Brian, who's now in Chris's body, to climb a cell tower and get struck by lightning. But how exactly was he supposed to call down the lightning? Brian had to say some really triggering things.
What?
How do I do that? You're an atheist. Offend God. Say something you couldn't say on TV. All right? Hey, God.
Oh my god, it's
Not
for the
me.
lightning.
You can't say that.
So far, none of this crosses the line from funny to offensive, but trust Family Guy, they were definitely on their way there. Now, you know
have
the
power
dot that
at
most
least.
religious leaders and even common folk
That's
in
called
India
the
wear.
tika, that's not
That
the
dot
dot.
is called a bindi. It's a religious
Bindi.
mark, a symbol of blessing, spirituality, or even marriage. But
Yeah.
for Family Guy, it meant something else entirely.
The pathway to enlightenment starts with an unfettered, focused mind.
Look out!
What are you doing?
Oh, I thought that dot on your head was from a sniper rifle.
Now that Peter said it, I can't help but
God.
picture it that way, but he is quickly corrected on what the dot actually represents. Still,
It's
you
tika.
can tell Family Guy used Peter as their mouthpiece to voice their own intrusive thoughts.
Peter, this spot is a sacred adornment. It's a portal, an opening through which all light, goodness, rejuvenation, joy, and ecstasy may enter the human form.
A vagina?
Get out.
What?
In the episode Road to India, they take one more jab at the dot and the Indian spiritual reverence for cows.
I don't know, but I'm starving. What I wouldn't give right now for a
This is
big
Stewie and
juicy
Brian.
steak.
How
Peter's
dare you?
son.
To us, cows are sacred.
That's
They
right.
are.
You're
Yeah.
disrespecting our entire culture.
Looking as if they were going to be mobbed, they had to do some quick thinking. So again, the quickest way to de-escalate the situation was this.
Quick, hit the red buttons.
Oh come on, they're not robots.
Still, the Hindus have honestly had it pretty tame compared to what's next. Because the next religion, they didn't find the jokes funny at all. Especially because they had long moved past what Family Guy kept calling them out for. Family Guy versus Mormon. Even though the
Mormon.
cutaways and jokes directed at the Mormon religion haven't been many, the few times Family
I'm
Guy's
hearing for
gone
the
there,
first
they've all
time.
followed the
Yeah,
same
I have
direction
also
and
no
punchline.
idea about
In the season 4
Mormons.
episode, The Father, the Son, and the Holy Fawns, Peter got tired of his father's religion and decided to try out a few others. And eventually,
Okay.
he settled on Mormonism.
Hey, now what are all these women doing in our living room?
Well, I wish I took your advice and picked a new religion. I'm gonna be a Mormon.
A Mormon? Are you sure?
Come on, nailing a different wife every night, that's a no-brainer. Oh, Lois, this
What?
is Kimmy, the checkout girl from the Korean market.
Yeah, the many wives
Is
part
this
was
common
the
in that
only thing that sold him on
religion?
Mormonism. But once he learned about the other aspects, he had an instant change of heart.
She funny? She's definitely the Kramer of my Mormon wives. Nancy, give me a beer.
Mormons aren't allowed to drink alcohol.
Oh. He's
Did the
annoying.
boys throw those women
Free?
away?
No. Maybe.
But is Mormonism
Oh my
really
God.
about getting many
He
wives?
cannot leave alcohol.
Not exactly. Sure, they practice polygamy, or what they called plural marriage, between the
Oh.
1840s and 1890s, but that was officially dropped over a century ago. Then again, when has Family Guy ever let facts get in the way of a good joke? If something ever existed, even briefly, it's fair game. And they went as far back as the very beginning, when Joseph Smith first
Okay,
discovered
it
the
used
Book
to be
of Mormon.
before.
Joseph Smith, discovering the Book of Mormon.
Oh, an old Con Ed bill. I mean, a New Testament of Jesus Christ, everyone has to sleep with me. What?
What?
Dancing.
It's almost like Family Guy
What
didn't
kind of
have
thing
much to
was
go
that?
on, so the many wives angle was the only thing that really stuck. Or maybe they just didn't want to overdo it. But when it comes to a certain religion they never run out of material for, or one they seem to enjoy poking the
True,
most,
I'm
is
feeling
Christianity.
it.
Christianity.
I like you and have no reason not to. I like you and have no reason not to.
Family Guy has come after Christianity so many times. From
Yeah.
quick cutaway gags to full-on episodes that could make any Christian want to pray on their
Black
behalf.
Jesus?
Like, Lord,
Oh my
forgive
God.
them, for they do not know what they're doing. But let's be honest, Family Guy knows exactly what they're doing. And it doesn't even try to be subtle about it.
This right
They're
here
just
is
chilling on the
Scott.
clouds.
We really want to thank you, God, for testing us. It's been such a blessing.
Can't wait to see what that bigger plan is. Well, I can't tell you that.
In the episode Road to the Multiverse, Stewie shows Brian his multiverse machine, and the
Multiverse
first place he
machine.
takes him is a world that looks futuristic. From
Wow.
cars, clean streets, the works.
This is the
I
future.
used to think
It's
this
not
will
the
be
future.
the future.
It's just
Flying
a version
cars.
of Earth where things evolve differently.
Ooh. Hot girl.
Yeah, exactly. This was the picture in my head.
Same year, same
Yeah.
time. But in this universe, Christianity never existed, which means the dark ages of scientific repression never occurred. And
No
thus
religion.
humanity is 1,000 years more advanced.
Christianity not
According to
existing.
Family Guy,
Yeah.
Christianity is the reason we don't have flying cars. Yeah,
What?
that's the take. Family Guy's made so many
Why?
cutaways
No
centered
way.
around Christianity, each one somehow bolder and more audacious than the last.
Ah.
Like that one cutaway where Jesus gets into an argument with Joseph.
You're not my real dad.
Joseph
Dad,
was one of his
me.
disciples.
If it had ended there,
Oh.
it would have just been funny and honestly maybe even clever, but Family Guy doesn't do tame. They always have to take it a step too far.
But I don't know
They've
if now
shown
is
the
best
lazy
time.
Jesus.
Maybe next year, okay? So where were we?
I was from a
Right
Christian
back
school and I know everything
That one riled up
about
a lot
this.
of Christians,
Oh.
but that was just young Jesus. Family Guy also had their own take on grown-up Jesus.
I got bullied at school. They flipped up my lunch tray.
Oh, that sucks. I wonder if that's the worst thing that ever happened to a guy. Whoa.
Bible.
Whoa! Billy, this guy in this book here, he's really getting the business. Yikes!
And not to sound like a broken record, but if the gag had ended right there, it would have been fine. But this is Family Guy, and too far is their home address.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry. What happened at school today?
You're kind of a Dad.
Huh. I wonder if there's anyone in here whose dad was a bigger
Oh God.
Oh,
That part
no.
didn't sit well with a lot of
I can't
Christians
see
because,
this.
yeah, Jesus
Speaking
would
of
never
absurd
use
things
that
like
kind of a word
Jesus.
to describe his father,
Sorry.
especially given how central the crucifixion and resurrection are to the Christian faith. The thing is, Family Guy doesn't just poke fun at the characters like God and
Oh,
Jesus.
you know
They go
so much
deeper,
about it.
pulling directly from biblical elements or referencing real scripture, then twisting
When
it
Jesus
just
was
enough to make
crucified on
people
the
laugh
cross, you
or
know, in
cringe or
churches
both.
we see the picture.
No wonder
Yeah,
the
yeah,
FCC's had to
That
deal
is
with multiple
crucifixion.
complaints about that.
Okay.
Sometimes, though, they nail it. Like in this cutaway involving the Roman intern.
Ah,
The Coast
that's
Guard
the
is
they
picture.
totally
nailed his
unprofessional and
hands and
incompetent.
legs.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
ancient
I've
Roman
seen the
intern.
picture.
Oh my God.
This
it
is
was-
Marcus. Today's his first day. He's going to be crucifying you now.
No.
He might want to use his hammer.
Why is he talking like this?
I'm so bad at this.
You heard me say nail it. Yeah, that pun was fully
Nail
intended.
it.
No.
Other times, they go
you
straight for
can't
the
show
jugular,
this.
calling out beliefs or practices they don't agree with. Like in the episode Mr. Act, where Peter loses his manly voice, and the priest asks him to fill in as an altar boy for a sick kid.
You know, one of our altar boys called in sick today. How would you like to fill in for him in the choir?
Well, okay. But only if God will kill a bunch of babies for no reason.
That's
Oh.
not a problem. God does that a lot in the Bible.
Then there's the
Oh my
episode 3 Acts of
God.
God. In this one, the
Really?
guys believe God is interfering with the results of their favorite football team's games. So naturally, they decide to find God and tell him to cut it out. Their journey takes them around the world until Death himself teleports them to heaven, and when they finally meet God, they ask him to stop messing with the game outcomes, and his answer says it all.
What?
Stay out of
you
our
really think I'd
business.
get involved with football games when there's people dying in Africa?
Are you gonna do something about the people dying in Africa?
No, but I'm pretty upset about it.
The jab here is
Oh
pretty
my
clear. They're
God.
mocking the idea of an all-powerful
God.
being who could end war, famine, and death, but instead chooses to ruin your fantasy league. Then there's the 2,000-year-old virgin. Family Guy knew this episode would spark outrage, so they opened with a disclaimer to make it seem funny.
I am outraged! But probably
Okay,
not as
the
outraged
2000s.
as the 10 million Christians watching. Please write to this address, quickly. Maybe we can both stop
Ellie.
these Hollywood Jew writers from wrecking my marriage and your religion.
Oh god.
In this one, Jesus feels lonely and doesn't want to spend Christmas with his family. So Peter and the guys decide to throw him a party since, well,
He
it's
joined
technically
Peter's
his
group.
birthday. But along the way, they
Jesus?
realize Jesus is still a virgin, and they take it upon themselves to help him lose it.
Jesus is
And
virgin.
every time I say
my
that sentence out loud,
God.
it feels like the wrongest set of words to come out of my mouth.
Speed
They
date.
take
What
him
are you
speed
showing?
date, introduce him to women, and it goes about as well as you'd expect. Jesus walks out of there with more rejection than Meg at prom.
How's the wine?
It's terrific.
You're comparing
my
Meg
blood,
with
you know.
Jesus.
This is kind of embarrassing, but are you okay with someone who smokes?
Oh, yeah. Are you okay with someone who wanders the desert lecturing people on how to act?
So
Oh
are
my
you
god, that
having
was his
Oh, is that supposed to be
preachings.
funny? Shut your mouth, bitch.
So where do you live?
Everywhere. All places. Hopefully
God is
inside
everywhere.
you.
Yeah.
Friday gag was funny, I'll give them that, but beneath the jokes, you can see the shade Family Guy keeps throwing at Christianity. Especially the bit about Jesus wandering around telling people how to live their lives.
Yes.
That one cut deep for a lot of Christian viewers.
It
But in
will.
the episode, Are You There, God?, Family Guy went even further, way more audacious than usual.
It's weird. For the first 7 days, all I did was create things.
Yes.
But since
I
then,
just want
it's
to
just
talk to
killing,
God
killing,
like this.
killing.
Okay, the context first. Peter
Oh
nearly
my
died,
God.
or was in a coma state. But then he finds himself in an elevator, and right there with him is God. The
Jesus.
purpose of that elevator? To decide whether Peter goes to heaven or hell. I think it's pretty clear Peter isn't exactly heaven-bound.
Actually, Peter, from what I've seen, I think your family would be better off without you.
What? What do you mean?
Well, you're an inattentive husband and a terrible parent.
Oh, says Father of the Year.
Oh, please, he played that for all it was worth. Why hast thou forsaken me? You know what? I did him a favor.
Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack there.
So when they put it like that, there's a lot to unpack. Peter,
They were
however,
stuck
wanted
in
a
an
chance to do it
elevator.
all again. To be a better husband, a father. So God agrees to give him 24 hours to prove he can be a better man for his family.
Oh,
But
wow.
whether it was the pressure of the ultimatum or just Peter being Peter, he somehow managed to blow a shot with the way he treated everyone.
If anyone's watching, they'd say, look at that family. Look how happy they are. You can do
Yes.
this, Peter. You love your family.
Dad, can you crack your window a little bit?
I hate you all so much!
Realizing he messed up, Peter decides to say his last words to his family and then get in the car, waiting for God to pronounce judgment. But
Yes.
then this
Oh,
happens.
this is
I should
day of
never have
judgment.
questioned you. You were right about everything.
He's a bad
Say
man.
that again.
Because Peter apologizes, God decides to spare him and tells him he finally understands the point. And that point being,
It's not about being good or bad. It's just blind subservience to an imaginary being.
yeah, that's what Family Guy had God say. And let's just say Christians did not find that amusing. Kind of like that one time
They
when
will
Francis
not,
admitted this
obviously.
to Brian.
Really think that splashing magic water on Stewie will keep him out of hell?
What's that kind of talk, or you'll get your heathen
Magic
head
water.
smacked?
Well, that's very Christian. Believe what I say or I'll hurt you.
Now you're getting it.
Now, it might seem like Family Guy targets Christianity more than any other religion.
Why?
Yeah.
Or am I kidding? They actually do. But that's partly because Christianity itself has so many branches and denominations to play with.
Oh.
Catholicism, Protestantism, Baptists, all drawing from the same Bible but interpreted in wildly different ways.
True.
Almost sounds like I'm defending Family Guy here, but trust me, I'm
So
not.
these are like the
So
types of
sometimes it's not
Christians.
Christianity as a whole they're mocking.
Okay.
It could be simply them poking fun at how certain Christians view Seventh-day Adventists.
Oh,
I'm
this
a
was my
Methodist.
school
We
name.
believe that the Lord is our Savior, and we remember Him by going to church and praising Him every Sunday.
I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. We believe all the same things that you believe, but we go to church on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Other times it's Catholicism in the spotlight,
I've
not
heard
the
that
entire Christian
Christians
faith.
go to church
Now, the
every
Catholics
Sunday.
believe that as long as you accept Jesus before you die,
do.
anyone
I've
can
heard
get
this.
into heaven.
Because
Really?
Saturday is
Anyone?
known as a Sabbath day.
Okay.
From Friday 6 p.m. to
I accept
Saturday
Jesus as my Lord and
6,
Savior.
they do prayers.
Okay.
Yes!
When it comes to Catholicism, Family Guy does exactly what it always does.
Catholicism.
Finds the stereotypes surrounding a religion
this
and
is also
goes all
Christianity.
out on them. They don't hold back, not even a little. But beyond the stereotypes, the show has also portrayed Catholic figures, symbols, and beliefs in ways that Catholics themselves would definitely not find flattering. Like that one time, they showcased the Pope as a weak and really
Catholics, I
old
guess,
man.
revolves
It's
more
time to
around
get
the
up and
church
put on your
priests.
hat.
It's
Okay.
a stupid hat.
Pope!
All right, okay.
Yeah, the popes.
God.
They have shown popes like this.
Still,
That's why.
the biggest way Family Guy comes at Catholicism is through Peter's father, Francis. He's a
Francis.
die-hard Catholic, but one
Okay, he's
whose
a
devotion
Catholic.
is turned up to the absolute extreme. Or maybe that's just
He's
Family
an
Guy
extremist.
using him to highlight how they think the average Catholic views Protestants.
Your grandfather has never been comfortable with the fact that I'm not Catholic.
Oh, Peter. Just married.
And even after Francis died, he still came back as a ghost just to insist that
Oh
Peter
my god,
remained
he's
Catholic.
haunting him.
Gotta respect the commitment, even if it's a little haunting.
You were raised
Okay, he
Catholic.
married
If you
a
forsake your
Protestant.
religion, you'll
Yeah.
spend eternity
And like he was
in
Catholic.
hell. Oh, God, I don't want that. Then you better knock off all the Jewish stuff.
And that brings us to the next religion Family Guy's taken aim at. Family Guy versus Judaism.
Today you are a man.
That means
Great!
Jews,
Can I
right?
drive?
No.
Can I vote?
No.
Can I drink?
No.
Can I have sex?
No.
Can I cash the checks?
Yes!
Cash the checks. Oh, they are rich, huh? Jews are very rich.
Family Guy fires at Judaism every chance it gets, pushing all sorts of stereotypes about Jewish religion and culture. Sometimes it comes off as borderline anti-Semitic. Or at least that's what a lot of people have said. But then again, this is Family Guy. They don't really care who gets offended.
Everyone, from now on, our lives will be better. We'll be wealthy, our sons will become doctors, and we'll be in charge of charities so we don't have to contribute to them.
Most of the time when Family Guy
Whoa.
cracks Jewish jokes, it's less about the religion itself
they are
and more about
Jews.
cultural stereotypes.
Cultural
The history, the money
stereotypes.
jokes,
Oh my
the
God,
Jewish mom
that's so
tropes. They
rich
hit
now.
all of them.
It seems foolish to have all this money lying around.
Oh, you'd rather have it down at the bank where the Jewish guys can leer at it?
And that's not even the
Jewish
worst of it.
this rich?
Oh, look, there's all the Jewish kids sitting on the rabbi's lap where he asks them for something.
I want a new TV, and it can't be a Vizio, Sony, or Samsung only.
Oh my
and I need
God.
it all set up before I turn it on. I don't want to have to do any of the things.
The episode where Family Guy went
You
all
have to
in on
use the
Jewish
remote for
stereotypes
that.
was When You Wish Upon a Weinstein.
Jewish
Peter was having
stereotypes.
financial issues again. Lois was furious, their bills were piling up, and in his desperation, Peter somehow made a connection to what the solution to his money problems was.
So you're saying I need a Jewish guy to handle my money?
Peter, not every Jewish person is good with money.
Well, yeah, I guess not the retarded ones, but why would you even say that?
From there, things spiraled into one of the most infamous songs in Family Guy history.
Which?
A full-blown prayer complete with catchy, but widely offensive lyrics.
Oh. I need a.
Okay.
And in true Family Guy fashion, that prayer gets answered. The next morning, a Jewish man named Max shows up at his door. Peter wastes no time.
want
this
He
Wow.
ropes Max into helping him fix his
Yeah.
finances, balance his checkbook, and even get money back from insurance. But then, after Peter invites Max to dinner, things go awkward pretty fast.
Oh my God, is there nothing you people can't do? I mean, you know, other than manual labor.
Peter,
Oh
what a
my
ridiculous thing to say. They built the pyramids.
Of course, that wasn't the end of the jabs. In another moment, Brian tells Stewie that a rabbi would never answer the question of where a Jew spends eternity. But Stewie's issue with Judaism wasn't even theological. It was way more personal.
So where
What
do
was
Jewish
that?
people think they go when they die?
Where
do you think we go? Well, I don't know. That's
Hell,
why I'm
heaven?
asking you. Why do you think you're asking all these questions? I just really want to know what happens.
You think that's part of God's infinite plan?
I think your whole religion is a sham just so you can get extra holidays off from work.
Oh,
Whoa!
gotta go. It's buchwach.
What?
Then came Family Gray, another episode where Family Guy drove back into Jewish jokes. Lois finds out her mother was half Jewish. She's ready to move on like nothing
Oh, Lois'
happened, but
mother's
that
half
single
Jewish.
piece of information turns Peter into a total maniac.
If you put on this long, thick dress right now, I will lose it.
Peter, I'm not wearing that thing.
And if you put this shawl over your head, oh, do you have any clunky, unfashionable peasant shoes? Oh, I swear to God, Lois, I swear to God I would lose it.
Peter, get off me.
When Lois refuses to indulge his new fantasies, Peter's late father shows up in a dream, warning him to stay away from Judaism, and that's where things go from weird to straight up anti-Semitic.
Okay.
Oh. I see.
What the hell?
How do you like it? Huh? How do you like like it.
Peter, what in God's name is
Oh
this?
my god.
Okay, but that wasn't even the craziest part. This was.
Wait a minute. Are these pieces of Stewie's crib?
I hate it here.
Just before we get
Oh,
this, Jesus
poor
himself shows up to
Stewie.
talk some sense into Peter, explaining the common ground between Judaism and Catholicism.
Catholicism and
Okay,
Judaism are
the
not
common
that
ground.
different. They're two sides of the same coin. In fact, the Last Supper, one of the most iconic images of the
Yeah,
Catholic faith, was
the
a
Last
Passover
Supper.
Seder.
It was actually a surprisingly balanced ending for Family Guy, though
Where Jesus
even Jesus had to
freed
draw the
them.
line somewhere.
And if I'm not mistaken, Islam is also in that same spiritual family.
Let's not muddy things up here.
That's interesting because this joke still exists on Family Guy and aged pretty badly.
Oh.
What? Look, all I'm saying is put an Israeli guy next to an Arab guy, and I can't tell a difference.
Yeah,
But
it's
let's not get
true.
things muddled up. Let's now move on to Family Guy versus Islam.
Islam.
Family Guy has many jokes centered around Arabs and
This is going to be
Islamophobia,
very
but not
much
so much on the
controversial.
actual religion, like the cutaway about Peter's alarm clock.
Well, this thing is worthless. Like my Palestinian alarm clock.
Palestinian alarm clock.
Allahu Akbar!
Back then, Family Guy leaned hard into those terrorist
Oh my
stereotypes
God,
that
that
were
was
everywhere in post 9/11
I
media.
should not
So
say
yeah,
anything,
it wasn't
actually.
really a joke about Islam, more about a joke built around Western
Zip
fear
it.
of it.
Oh
Not
my
all
god.
Asians are bad drivers. No, not all terrorists are Arab, but, you know, they are.
But when they
Yeah.
joke
No,
about the
stop
contribution
it!
of religion to the terrorist stereotypes, they try to make it subtle, like in the cutaway about the 72 virgins waiting in the afterlife.
Now
Oh,
see,
yeah.
that's an even more
I've read
beautiful
about this.
sight than 72 virgins waiting in heaven for a bomber.
Here I am!
We're playing Magic the Gathering. Want to join?
Osama!
And then there was the Pretoria episode, where Peter
Oh,
declared his
Osama
backyard
bin
a new country and invited world leaders over for a barbecue hangout. The problem?
Oh, wow.
Every guest he invited was, how do I put this, an internationally recognized dictator. But even though that was the case, Stewie still got into a conversation with one of them.
What is that thing you people do when you're about to assassinate an infidel?
Ah, you mean this?
Oh, God, yes, I love that.
The joke here is clearly playing on the stereotype that Muslims casually normalize violence toward
Violence
people they
toward
consider infidels. That's the punchline Family Guy went for, even though they went soft with it. There's one particular episode where Family Guy focused on Muslims, though by the end, it couldn't resist leaning straight into this terrorist stereotype. The episode is Turban Cowboy, where Peter befriends a Muslim man he meets in the hospital.
I am Mahmoud.
I'm Peter.
Mahmoud,
You know, I never seen a
yeah.
hat like that
I've
before,
seen
so
this.
I'm very scared of it.
No,
Hat?
this is just a taghiya. It's a traditional Muslim prayer cap.
They get along
Okay.
surprisingly well, and before long, they're sharing a hospital room TV like old-time buddies.
Muslim Looney Tunes.
As a pig, I am very dirty and should not be touched by humans.
Soon, Peter and Mahmoud start hanging out regularly, and Peter becomes genuinely impressed with Mahmoud's lifestyle, especially the
now
parts that
he's
sound like
Muslim.
perks to him. So, in the most Peter Griffin move ever, he decides to convert to Islam.
Sweetheart, obedient wife, and I get to shout Admiral Akbar!
Yes, right,
When I do
every
stuff,
religion.
you sir have got yourself a Muslim.
Of course, this being Family Guy, it doesn't stay innocent for too long. By the end of the episode, Peter realizes Mahmoud and his group are planning to bomb the Quahog Bridge,
Oh
and that's
my
when Joe steps in to
God.
stop. After this episode, Family Guy never really went after Islam again, but it is interesting that the Turban Cowboy episode later became caught up in a serious real-life controversy when a few weeks
Yeah, of
after it aired,
course.
a bombing occurred. Viewers began pointing out that the episode seemed to have hinted at the
Oh my god, I couldn't believe that an animated show could just catch up the stereotypes and make it such a big fuss. Actually, they talked about Hinduism. Obviously, we are all Hindus, and we all know about that culture. And also, they talked about Christianity. I was keenly interested because I am from a Christian school and I know much more about Christianity. But you know, I actually enjoyed a lot. It was a very nice show.
This was hilarious and very insightful, and how that guy has explained everything. Like, I just want to talk about that Jesus thing. How they were finding a girl for Jesus, and Jesus was like, the girl was asking, are you okay if the girl smokes? And he said, are you okay if the guy wanders and preaches and all? This was very hilarious to watch. So how did you find this video? Let us know in the comment section below. So like, share and subscribe. Bye.